Okay, this is Red Cup Distillery. It is my second video, and I think the big question that is being asked me over the last year is, why are you making moonshine in Vegreville? Now, we have in southern Alberta, we have Calgary, and Calgary was very much an American type city. People came from Toronto, they came from Montana, they came from all over the US to move to Calgary. North of Red Deer was a bit different. Edmonton and the Boreal Forest being east of Edmonton, so you got Vegreville, Cold Lake, Lloydminster. Those people drew the shorter end of the straw, and the government of Canada pre-1920 were really fabricating the story about the riches of the North. Now, the people who moved here moved from countries that were not as kind to their farmers. So the people who moved here from the Ukraine, from Holland, from Germany, from Austria, from Ireland, from Iceland, they were generally tenants of a landlord or of the state or of the church. So when they saw the opportunity to move to the prairies, this was to buy land for the family, thinking generations in advance. Now, north of Red Deer, we made our own liquor. South of Red Deer, as far as I have found under James H. Gray's book, Red Lights on the Prairies, or When Whiskey, Booze, When Whiskey Ruled the West, the largest moonshiner in Calgary was actually from the Vegreville area, and realized the opportunity. Now, according to James H. Gray in Calgary in the early 1900s, the majority of police officers were not the finest of individuals like we have today. They were not necessarily educated, but they were British, and they were quite often Scottish. In east of Edmonton, east of the Garlic Curtain, we had Romanian, Hungarian, German, Dutch, Jewish. In the hierarchy of the British world, we were not quite British. And if you were going to make moonshine, you had the opportunity to sell to other people who weren't quite British. And we may mock each other as cultures, saying, well, the Dutchmen are cheap, and the Ukrainian are frugal, and the Chinese, whatever. But we respected each other greatly, and we were moving a product that was technically illegal. However, prior to 1940, farming was tough, and it was one of the few opportunities to make a little bit of money so we could buy necessities for the farm. And the rest we created for ourselves. It didn't matter which farm country you came from. And so east of Edmonton, kind of the highway from Edmonton down to Provo and north, you had cultures that were very creative with very little. Calgary, they were kind of a city that, they rode up with padded seats on the trailers, and they built a city, essentially a extension of the U.S. Their religions were more American. We had more Ukrainian Orthodox, Dutch Reformed, Jewish synagogue. If you let the priest know you had a bottle of homebrew, he may beat you home after church, where in the southern parts, Sunday was off. So very hardy people in northern Alberta. They created something out of nothing, and God bless them, and God bless Alberta for them. Thank you.